Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hardcore Sports Network. Welcome to Twitter. Welcome to Facebook. Welcome all points in between, and welcome to the experience, the wrestling experience, live here tonight on a Thursday evening. And we want to welcome you to the show.
Awesome power of nature, hot excitement of freedom.
Because after you get struck by lightning, there's thunder.
Now with the hottest show in the universe, The Wrestling Experience, with your host, Earl Cole.
Acknowledge me.
Coming at you with all the dope shit, freshest WWE content, and also the AEW. You are now watching The Experience, The Wrestling Experience. Now with your host, Earl Cole.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hardcore Sports Network. Welcome to another edition of the Wrestling Experience. Here tonight on the Wrestling Experience as we talk about AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite last night took place in El Paso, Texas. It's their debut, and they pulled out all the stops. And yes, I say all the stops because I tell you something, AEW Dynamite was fantastic last night. It was absolutely fantastic. We're going to discuss that and so much more here tonight on the Wrestling Experience. But before we get into everything, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow me on social media. You can, yes, you can. You can follow me on Twitter at WWE Earl C. That's WWE Earl C on Twitter. I'm available at Earl C99. And of course, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I greatly appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to tell you, this past Monday night, we received some terrible news about Jerry the King Lawler. Jerry the King Lawler suffered a massive stroke, in Fort Myers, Florida. He was found face down in the parking lot of his condominium, and he was rushed to the emergency room where he had to undergo surgery for clot to the brain. Right now, Jerry the King Lawler cannot speak, ladies and gentlemen, on his right side. His right side is paralyzed from the stroke. And from all of us here at the Wrestling Experience and all of the fans around the world, we really wish Jerry the King Lawler our sincere best. We hope that he makes a full recovery. We hope that he gets better soon. And this show is dedicated to the King, Jerry Lawler. Jerry, we're all pulling for you. We hope that you get out of that hospital. We hope that you get the recovery you deserve and you get the rehabilitation and you come back strong, my friend. So, from all of us, all the fans, all his supporters, all of Jerry's family and friends, we wish Jerry our very, very best. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to a lighter note, we're going to discuss AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite last night took place, as I said before in the telecast. It took place in El Paso, Texas, and what a night it was of action. It was absolutely scintillating. I loved every match that the AEW produced last night. We also were going to talk about the controversial ending to the tag team title match. We're going to discuss that and so much more here tonight on the Wrestling Experience. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the first match. And this match was absolutely scintillating. It was MJF taking on Takeshita and Konosuke Takeshita. I'm sorry if I butchered the name. I'm not Japanese, but what who MJF called take a shitter. uh, that's MJF for you. The match was fantastic. The match was a banger. Was absolutely phenomenal. These two men were in the ring for 20 minutes, and the action was absolutely scintillating from start to finish. This was fantastic. I mean, Takeshita performed, performed up to the moment, but it was MJF who commanded his work, and the audience really enhanced the match. The audience was fantastic in this match. Crowd was all over him, and even his heel tactics and MJF's tactics. It was just the physical, the psychological, the physical abuse in the match was fantastic. MJF, even that controversial promo MJF cut with his typical heel work. Again, MJF is just he is absolutely gold. And I just think MJF is one of those heels. He's one of those heels, ladies and gentlemen, that yes, you want to punch in the face, but when he delivers a promo, it's absolutely it's sometimes it's stunning, sometimes it's controversial. Last night's promo by MJF was very controversial. I won't even expound upon it, but he really is a heel. He is a heel, and you have to understand that. He is a heel, no doubt about it. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, he is absolutely MJF and who he is. Gentlemen, all of us here, all of the fans know who MJF is and what he stands for. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we want you to subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network. Follow them on Twitter at Hardcore Spawn. Follow them on Instagram at Hardcore Sports. And of course, follow them on Twitter at Hardcore Sports N. And of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel as well and hit the like button. Hit the like button on my channel, hit the like button on the Hardcore Sports channel, and subscribe to both our channels. We greatly appreciate it. And thank you for coming aboard the Wrestling Experience. So getting back to the MJ and Takeshita match, again, like I said, it was physical, it was hitting, it was back and forth, match for moves. But like I said, in the end, MJF won, but not the end. This was not the end of the No, this was not the end. We're going to talk about that a little later on as well. Controversial promo, his win over Takeshita. We thought that MJF was night was over with, but no, it wasn't necessarily. No, sorry, Bob. And he absolutely, he absolutely reared his ugly head again, and we're going to talk about that. Like I said in the later on. But like I said before, the match was great. Again, I'm going back to it's fantastic. This was a banger. This was absolutely a banger, and I just absolutely loved every nuance in the match. I loved the way Takeshita came after. In the end, it was too much for Takeshita to overcome. Did tap MJF, and MJF attacked him afterwards, and he attacked the referee. And again, it's typical MJF heel work. It's typical work. He couldn't just accept the match and win the match. No, 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 no. He had to attack. The Takeshita after the match and push the referee around as well. Lady Kenzie, hi, how you doing? Hit the like button. Thank you so much for coming in. So Takeshita and MJF kicked off the night, and it was absolutely great. The match was again, like I said before, I'm gonna go say it again. Match was fantastic. I had no issues with this match whatsoever. It brought it home for me. This MJF thing, he wants to keep his gold, and I think he will do that at Revolution when he defeats Braun. But we're going to discuss that a little bit later on as well. Um, but let's talk about something. Let's just talk about this elephant in the room for a second. Um, let's talk about the. Let's just jump forward here. Let's just talk about the main event of Dynamite. This was the Acclaim taking on the Guns for the AEW Tag Team Title match. The match was great. The match was fantastic. The match was very controversial, and here's why. Um, Stefan, the referee Stefan, was knocked out of the ring. He was laid out in the middle of the. He was laid out when and he got waylaid and he got nailed right out of the ring. He was out. Um, but before all of that happened, ladies and gentlemen, before all of that happened, both men absolutely brought it. The crowd loved the match. I loved the match. I thought the match was great. I thought the chemistry in the ring was great. The little nuances in the match was great. The physicality was great. But one thing that just scratched my head that I just didn't understand of the whole thing was the way it ended. I mean, this was very shocking. This was very shocking, and I had thought it was going to go the other way. But we got brand new tag team champs. We got brand new tag team champs, and of course, when Stefan got waylaid and he got knocked out of the ring, here comes here comes daddy ass Billy Gunn. I thought Billy Gunn was going to screw the Acclaim out of the titles. We didn't get that. We didn't get that at all. Colton Gunn, I believe it was, knocked out his father with the title belt. He comes to um, the Acclaim had the victory rolled up, but the referee was knocked out. They grabbed the referee. They brought the referee, and Colton and Billy Gunn they walked away. They walked away with Austin and Colton. Austin using the tag team belt on on um on Max Caster, I believe it was. He used the belt on Max. The match was just so physical, and the match was just so all over the place. Pinfall after pinfall after pinfall. You really didn't know what you were going to get in this match, but I tell you something, we got a chock full of controversy. Controversy. Even the audience was shocked. Everyone was shocked. I did not think that this was the way that they were going to do the road, and this is the way they were going to travel on. I had thought that the acclaim was going to um, easily have retained the title, and then we would have gotten a rematch at the pay per view. But that is just not what happened here. Um, so in the end, when the smoke was cleared, Austin and Colton became your new AEW Tag Team Championships. Like I said, the match was great. The match was absolutely fantastic. I had no issues with it except for the controversial ending. Um, so but what did you all think of it? What did you all think of this match? What did you think of it? Um, I I don't know. It was very I didn't like the ending. the ending was very, very, very like I said, it was the ending was controversial. I- I'm just like so stunned at the decision and the way this all went down. Um, it just it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right to me to have um the guns uh go as tag team champs. I didn't feel like that they should. A lot of people felt that they didn't feel like that they shouldn't have won. But what do you all think? How do you all feel about this title change? Do you think it can be rectified? You think that we should get a rematch at the pay per view, which should have been the other way it should have been. Um, I mean, the closing moments of the show was confusion and it was booking suggested a screwy nature. The outcome would heat for the Guns and set up the return match that would have been hotter as the fans anticipate Casper and Bones getting their titles back. I think at this point that Tony Khan needs to rectify this situation, and I think that that needs to happen at Revolution. Um, I didn't think at this. I mean, to have them dethrone the acclaim this very quickly and pull this kind of trigger, I was not a fan of this. I was not a fan of this at all. Um, so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's the controversial. That that is that's what happened in the tag team title match. That's exactly what happened. And again, like I said before, and I'll say it again. I didn't care for it. I didn't care for the ending. I thought the ending left a very sour taste in my mouth. And but we got new champions. The Guns are the champions. And how do you all feel about that? And let me tell you something. Here is another match that was a banger. Here was another match that was a banger. The Elite took on Top Flight and AR Fox. This match was phenomenal. The match was great. The match was fantastic. I love the little nuances in the match. The three men brought it. Great athleticism in the ring, great passion in the ring as well. I had thought at one point in the match that Top Flight and AR Fox would have walked away with the titles. That did not happen. Hey, big boy, Facts Johnny TV, how are you doing tonight, my friend? Hit the like button and thank you so much for coming in. I greatly appreciate it. Um, yeah, the match was great. The match was fantastic. The match was a banger. And this was great. This was another great match. And I loved it. I loved it all. I loved the little suit. I loved the little nuances. I love everything about it. This was great. This is very good. Very good stuff tonight here on the Hardcore Sports and of course my YouTube channel as well. Um Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Greatly appreciate you and all of my supporters and subscribers. I greatly appreciate all of you out there. Thank you so much for watching the wrestling experience. I humbly and greatly appreciate it. Um, Top Flight, AR Fox, and the Elite tore the house down last night. Crowd loved it. I loved it. Great out, right outcome, and the elite retain, and I had no issues with it. I had no issues with it whatsoever, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Great stuff, great chemistry in the ring, and like I said, every little nuance of the match was great. It was a banger. It was a banger. So we move on from that. We move on from that. Let's talk about this for a second. It was Roosh taking on Brian Danielson. Danielson, again, this was his final test. The match was fantastic. Another hot match. This match was fantastic. The match was a banger. I'm going to use that all night, ladies and gentlemen, because these matches were bangers. This match was a banger. Danielson, hurt shoulder, busted open, very physical match, very hard hitting match, pedal to the metal kind of a match. If you like hard hitting, if you like metal to the pedal action, well, this was just for you. This was a banger from soup to nuts. And of course, I'm invested in this feud with him and MJF. I mean, what happened after the match was absolutely ridiculous. MJF trying to trying to further make sure that Danielson does not make it to Revolution. Um, like I said before, and I'll say it again, Roosh put up a hell of a fight against against Brian. He will never forget Brian. He left Brian a calling card, and he will never forget. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said before, and I'll say it again, the match was great. The match was fantastic. I love the little nuances in the match, especially with MJF on the color commentary. He was up there insulting Tony Schiavone in heel fashion, and of course he runs down to the ring after the match was over. Um, the 3 count was administered, and Brian Danielson will be going to Revolution to take on MJF in the main event. And of course, it will be an Iron Man match. And I can't wait for that. I think that's going to be another banger. But MJF comes to the ring. He beats the stew out of Brian Danielson. And of course, he in this contest. And of course, everything is just coming to full circle and the full fruition. And I loved it. I loved it. It was great. It was great. All of MJF's heel work and everything else. Very controversial promo he cut last night behind the stage. And I'll tell you something. He could do whatever he wants to, but Brian Danielson will come back, and he will come back strong. And I don't see Brian winning this match, but he will give MJF a run for his money. That's for sure. That's for dang sure. And I can't wait for this match. I'm looking forward to Revolution. I think it's going to be fantastic. The main event will leave you breathless, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to leave you breathless, and I think that that's exactly the path they're going to travel on. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, MJF, he did not want this match whatsoever. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the match. So let's talk about this other contest here. It was the Garcia Guevara Gauntlet. It was Daddy Magic Matt Menard, Daddy Magic Matt Menard, and of course Sammy Guevara and Parker was taking on Ricky Starks. The match was great. Match was fantastic. Um, I gave the match a thumbs up from me. I thought the match was fantastic. Um, Top moments, Starks quickly dispatched of the former 2.0, confirmed their stance in the MJFs. Starks counted with a guillotine from Garcia into a sit out power bomb, a sit out power bomb. I thought that was great in the match. The match was okay. The match was fine. The match was uh Garcia did defeat Starks. Starks wanted his hands. He wanted to get his hands on Chris Jericho, but I don't think that's going to be happening now. He lost the gauntlet match, but again, the match was okay. I thought it was good. It sends it sends a message right then and there. Sends a message. Um, Jamie Hayter, ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Hayter took on the Bunny. Um, it was okay. It was decent. I'm not gonna jump up and down about it. I'm not gonna call it a classic or anything. It was okay. It was a little part of the match was a little botchy watchy for me. But yeah, all in all, it wasn't a bad match. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but it was okay. It was all right. Um, yeah. So I again, like I said before, I had no issues with anything that was produced here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say that that's it. We covered AEW Dynamite. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just to get everybody up to speed here, um, the Raw watch along will not. I will not be part of the Raw watch along this Monday night because I'm going to be in Brooklyn for the go home show for Monday Night Raw. That will be the go home show in Brooklyn. So I will not be part of the Raw watch along. However, Robert and Jeffrey will be your hosts for the evening. They are going to talk about and dissect the go home show this Monday night on Raw. So look for that. Look for that, and they will take you on a Raw journey. I will be back in cyberspace next Thursday. I'll be back in cyberspace next Thursday with my guest, Mr. Mitchkovsky. Mr. Mitchkovsky and I, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be discussing AEW Dynamite, and we're also going to be predicting the Elimination Chamber. So look for that in our cook pot next. That will be next week. I will not be on the air Monday, but I will be back in cyberspace again on Thursday. Next Thursday, I will return with the wrestling experience and I will return with Mr. Mitch Kosky. We're going to have fun next Thursday night because, like I said, it is a massive show. We're going to preview the Elimination Chamber And we're going to wrap up AEW Dynamite. So don't forget all of that and so much more here in the Hardcore Sports Network. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, follow them on Twitch at Hardcore Sports One. Follow them on Instagram at Hardcore Sports. Follow them on Twitter at Hardcore Sports and hit the like button. Hit that like button on our channel. Hit the like button on all of the channels that you see here that are live here on the Hardcore Sports Network. And of course, my YouTube channel. And please subscribe to both of our YouTube channels. We greatly appreciate it. Wrestle Sense Podcast. Yo, Earl, out to you. Wrestle Sense Podcast. How are you? Thank you so much. Blaze Radio, thank you so much for popping in. I greatly appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me. That's going to do it for my show. I want to thank you all in the chat. The three of you that came into the chat, I appreciate it. Three is better than none. I know everybody is busy with Super Bowl and trade deadline and everything else in between that goes along with it. So we wish you all the best. We hope that you problem. Thank you, Blaze. I greatly appreciate it. And please, ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to the Wrestle Sense podcast. And of course, subscribe to Blaze Radio. He's absolutely fantastic at what he does. He's master at what he does. He is fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me for my show. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Prayers to go out to King Lawler. I hope he recovers very soon, and I hope that he gets better very, very soon. For all of us here at the Hardcore Sports Network, I'm Earl Cole, and have a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen, and have a great week ahead.
Awesome power of nature, hot excitement, freedom.
Because after you get struck by lightning, there's thunder.